all set in there?
Yep.
Perfect. We would like to welcome the 2018 FedEx Cup champion Justin Rose to the virtual media room here at the Wyndham Championship. Justin, welcome back. You're going to be making your sixth start where you have two top 10s here. Can you just give us some comments on what it's like to be back?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always nice to be back here in Greensboro. So really, just playing the golf course again this week. You know, I think it's a classic test of golf. It's a golf course that deserves a lot of respect, and I think obviously it's an exciting week on the tour. Oh, did we just get kicked off? You guys still got me there? Okay, I can't hear you right now, Haley.
I have poor connection on my part, so I may turn my video off, but that'll just help
Okay.
others.
Yeah, sure. All right, I'll keep going with it. But yeah, obviously this tournament it's exciting for the guys in the top 15 and all of that type of stuff. And obviously it's exciting in the wrong way, really, for anyone hovering around the bubble, which is a situation I find myself in this year, and it's a situation I found myself in I think '09. And I came here and ended up having a great week and finishing fourth and keeping my card. And so I need to find a little bit of that inspiration this week.
Just as you mentioned about kind of being on the bubble, 138 right now, how important is it for you to have a good week and set yourself up for a long run in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, it is really important. I think, yeah, it's you know, the playoffs isn't something you want to miss, and it's something I haven't ever missed, and it's something that you don't want to make a habit of. Obviously, you know, I do have exemptions and this and that, so you know, that's nice to be able to rely on. But from a pride point of view, I think it's really, really important to make a run into the playoffs, and the playoffs are designed to give someone an opportunity to make up for what hasn't been a good season. So. But you got to start. You got to make the start. You got to make the top 125. So there's a lot of work to be done this week, and obviously I've been working hard on my game, really, for the last few weeks, and I'm hoping that we can get some reward for that this week.
And it was just announced that you were named PGA Tour's Payne Stewart Award. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. That's been a huge surprise and a lovely honor, and something that's definitely uplifted me. And it's the kind of award, I think, that clearly it's not based around your golf. The golf's been a platform for me to sort of, I guess, do other things and be honored and recognized in this way. But, it's the type of award that makes you reflect a little bit on, all the things that have contributed towards that. So, it's been a nice feeling to just have a little bit of time to reflect on all of the reasons that maybe I've been awarded it. And, yeah, it's a nice feel-good feeling, absolutely, and something I'm very proud of. And I mean, obviously, the list of the names that I'm joining on that trophy it's a little bit, it's overwhelming. Actually, it's definitely some great players and more importantly, some great role models in the game.
How or when did you find out you were being named to this award?
So it was all a bit of a ruse, I guess. I did some sort of planned media on Monday, which I kind of felt was a bit weird for someone who's 135 in the FedEx Cup or 138 in the FedEx Cup to be doing some media on a Monday. And I was told some reason or another, and then I walk out, and Tracy and Aaron Stewart were on a Zoom call like this, and I was like, hello, okay. And there were a lot of cameras around, so I thought something fishy was going on. So obviously speaking with Tracy, that she told me that I'd been voted and awarded the Payne Stewart Award, and obviously presented by Southern Company, and it was kind of my heart was pounding speaking to Tracy and Aaron. Really sort of hit me when you see the family themselves who are so obviously invested in it and invested in Payne's legacy, and it just kind of really made me realize I've been to the award ceremony, many times, but now to be on the receiving end of things, the gravity of it definitely hits you.
And did you know Payne at all?
Never got to know Payne from a personal point of view. I had meetings with him in my life and in my golfing life as a young boy. He actually threw me a golf ball at an Open Championship, I think way back in 1993. So that was a cool moment and made my day. And I think at the Open Championship in '98, I was just hitting balls on the range, and Payne was just one of the guys who just stopped by, and I just remember him I can't remember exactly what he said, but he watched me hit 2 or 3 balls and was like, oh, that's how it's done. Just like a cool comment, just something that just showed his charisma, really, I suppose.
Thank you. Very well deserved. With that, we're going to go and open up with questions with the media. We're going to go over to Shane Ryan with Golf Digest.
Hi, Justin.
Hi, Shane.
Along with being in the unique situation of sort of being on the outside looking in of the FedEx Cup standings, you're also in a position with the Ryder Cup where it looks like, you may need a pick, and that's unusual for you. I was looking at your history. You've never been a pick before. It sounds like in 2010 you were really close in with the chance and weren't picked that year by Colin Montgomery. What does that feel like to be in this position where all of a sudden somebody who's been a fixture of the Ryder Cup and who's never needed a pick, except maybe that one year you didn't get one, is now back looking to kind of get in that way?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen a lot of my contemporaries who have been in this situation and been picked, Poltz and guys like that. And I think, it's something that I've never really wanted to have in my career. You want to be able to play your way onto that team and earn your way onto that team. But I feel like at this stage in my career, I'd be a lot more comfortable being picked than I would be as a youngster. I think that that's important. But, for me, it's about not just playing. When you're young, you just want to make the Ryder Cup team for the sake of playing in it. And I feel like I'm at a stage in my career now that if I do play the Ryder Cup and I am picked to play in the Ryder Cup, then I need to be able to contribute and earn points for the team. That's the sole purpose of being there. So it leaves me in a situation where I'm just working at my game. That if I do get lucky and I get a call up, that I need to be ready for it and I need to be ready to earn points. So that's all I'm focusing on. I would love to play, but I'm just trying to make sure that if I do get the opportunity, I'm ready to contribute.
And just from a team angle as a follow-up, I'm curious, is the situation where you talk often with Patrick Harrington? Does he call you up? Do you have conversations, or how does that go?
No, it's been very... I saw Padraig actually yesterday on the driving range, and he came over and he spent a little bit of time with me just in a very sort of, jovial way. And, but there was no real kind of down to the nitty-gritty chat going on. I know the situation I'm in. I need to show him just a little bit of form. Which will make his job a little bit easier. There are scenarios that if certain players play great and knock certain players out, that could jeopardize a situation for me. So there's a lot up in the air, but that's all down to me, and I've obviously put myself in this situation, so I'll accept whatever happens from this point. But I just need to prepare myself for the right kind of phone call and just make sure that if that phone call does happen, that, like I said, I'm ready to play.
Thanks, Justin.
Now we have David Facey with The Sun.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, David.
Just on the Ryder Cup again, I wondered, Justin, if you shouldn't qualify for the FedEx Cup playoffs, is it a scenario where you'd go back and play a couple of events in Europe before Wentworth?
Yeah, I think that's undetermined right now, to be honest with you. I feel like, again, I believe I will do what's important for my game, and I'm going to put my game first, and I'm not necessarily going to sacrifice what I think is important for me in my preparation and where I'm at with my game just to kind of chase points. I think that might end up putting me in a situation where I end up playing Ryder Cup and not being as ready as I could have been. So I really don't know right now. Honestly, like everything is up in the air at the minute. So I'll definitely, sort of consider all of my options. But I think I am going to honor the process of just doing what's right for my game and practicing and working hard. No matter what I do, it'll be based around hard work and really digging in. So either way, it'll be for the right reasons, whatever I decide.
Yeah, I had a look and you're 15th on the world points list, so you're not a million miles away, are you? A couple of good weeks could even get you into the reckoning for an automatic spot.
Yeah, I need to sort of assess how many points I actually am behind. Obviously 15th, and it just depends actually what the jump is all the way into qualification spots. So, but absolutely, like I said, I've had my head down, focusing on what I can control. These are a lot of the things I can't control at the minute. So, but I will definitely I'll get through this week, and then it's time to reassess for sure.
Good luck this week. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
With the Caddy Network, we have Garrett Johnston.
Justin, how you doing?
Hey, Garrett.
Hey, so I was curious. You're talking about focusing on your control. You've been working hard on it. I'm curious for your range warm-up routine as you've had an up and down season. What does the focus of that look like? Has it changed at all in your preparation?
Yeah, you broke up there a little bit in your question, but I think I got it. Obviously, I think having not played my best this season, it's very easy for your warm-up to get a little bit too technical, for it to turn into a range session or a technical block of work, and I think that I've recognized that of late, and I'm definitely trying to shift the emphasis now to a little bit more what I'd call performance practice. Shot shaping, visualization, trying to hit to specific numbers, stuff that's really gonna, I've been trying to basically build the bridge between my technical work and going out and competing on the golf course. And I think obviously your warm-up pre-round needs to be that bridge where, you're sort of getting into a bit more of a creative mindset rather than a positional technical mindset. So I definitely think I'd slipped into too much technique, but I've recognized it, and I'm trying to work in a little bit of a different way pre-round now, I'd say, in the last couple of weeks.
Appreciate it, Justin. Thank you.
Next, over to Jeff Babineau with PGAtour.com.
Hey, Justin, congratulations on the Payne Stewart Award.
Thanks, Jeff.
Had a question about this season. It was an odd season. We had, 6 majors since the fall, a Ryder Cup mixed in there, Olympics, playoffs. As a player, what did you find to be the biggest challenge of it?
I think for me it's been my circumstances as well, spending a lot more time back in England, a little bit more travel, all of the complications around travel. Just sort of learning a new way of trying to do that, to be honest with you, as well. So I think for me, and as a family, we've also made big changes in the last year or so. So it's definitely been a transition, and it's been, maybe not as easy as I'd hoped it would have been, that transition. So I think that things are bedding in now, things are settling down. So, I have no excuse really for not playing well, because I have, all of the facilities and everything at my disposal in order to play well. It just hasn't been as easy, and maybe it's being, from a coaching point of view, my putting coach hasn't been able to travel out to the United States as often as he would have liked, based on all sorts of strange factors, and visas not being able to be renewed. And obviously a lot of people traveling the world are having a hard time doing it as they normally have done for the last 18 months. And I think that has affected tour life for certain people. But like I said, for the most part, there's been no excuse. It's just been mainly down to my game. But yeah, certainly traveling a bit more from the UK and stuff like that hasn't been easier, that's for sure.
In a Ryder Cup question, if I could, you've played for a handful of captains, different styles, personalities. What's distinct about what Padraig will bring to the job?
Well, I think if you look at him as a golfer, he definitely is curious, and he looks at always continual improvement, how he can get better, where he can find gaps, how he can fill it, pushing himself to be better, stronger, longer, faster. And I think he's still at it even now, even as Ryder Cup captain. He's still working, I think, incredibly hard on his golf game and as a competitor. So he'll definitely bring, I think, I don't know what he'll bring, but I can see him bringing some interesting strategies around that. And I think the other thing, my experience with Padraig as a vice captain, is that he's willing just to get his hands dirty. Whether that is running errands or having a really clear statistical analytical input to the team. He's willing to do whatever it takes, and I think that's probably what's impressed me the most with him as a vice captain in the past.
Great, thanks, Justin.
And we're going to finish up with one last question from Shane Ryan with Golf Digest.
Hey again, just a quick follow-up to Jeff's question. You're somebody who I would imagine would be a Ryder Cup in the future, and just curious, of the captains you've had, maybe who would you model yourself most after, or if not that, what ingredients do you think, which captains had certain styles that you like that you might look to copy?
Yeah, just to pick two off the top of my head, you had Jose Maria Latabel, who basically used almost like willpower to get us over the line there at Medina. You know, I think there were pairings that didn't make sense. There were situations that didn't make sense at times during the week, but there was passion. You know, and I think that's what we'd seen from Seve and Jose through their Ryder Cup career, and I think that came through as a captain. He got the job done through just pure willpower and passion. So that was kind of cool to see. And then I thought Paul McGinley was an incredible captain from a very analytical point of view, had everything covered. He kind of knew the profile of each of his players. He had a plan, and that plan was so in depth, and every player knew what their role was even prior to the tournament starting. So I think for me, that was the most clinical team that I've been on. And almost like the result was never in doubt that week. We were the stronger team. Other Ryder Cups I've played, it's like you don't really know what's going to happen until it's all said and done. So, so obviously I would say Paul would probably be, from a role model point of view, the one that I if I ever had that opportunity, he'd be someone I'd be giving a call.
All right, thanks. Great answer.
And that's all the questions we have. So again, Congratulations
Thank you, guys.
on the Payne Stewart Award, and we wish you the best of luck this week.
Appreciate it. All right, everybody. Thank you. See ya.